Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our subject, personal finance. So, last time, you've learned about how to manage your property and liability risk. So, you've learned that in having your own property, having your assets, you will encounter various risks. And one of the ways how to manage those risks is to have an insurance. And this is the non-life type of insurance. It protects you against various perils. So those perils are fire, accidents, typhoons, and other things that can damage your properties. So this time, we will be talking about the life insurance planning. So we are now in module 8. So life insurance protects only against one peril, and that is death. Okay? So we are all afraid of death because death is uncertain. We we don't know how long we gonna live. Okay? So with the uncertainty of death comes financial risk. There are two financial problems that will arise, okay, because of death, because we don't have any idea how long we will live. The first problem is the risk of living too long. This is the possibility that you will outlive your savings during retirement. So that is the first problem. The second one is the risk of dying too soon. Ito naman, this is the possibility that you might die before adequately providing for the financial well-being of loved ones, especially if you are already married, if you have your spouse and your children already. Ito yung mga premature death. Okay? Dito papasok yung life insurance. Life insurance protects your loved ones against the possibility that you may die too soon. Okay? So there are four topics involved in this module. Number one, how much additional life insurance do you need? Number two, there are only two basic types of life insurance. Number three, understanding your life insurance policy. And lastly, the step-by-step strategies for buying life insurance. So in topic one, which is how much additional life insurance do you need, you have to understand that the primary reason for buying life insurance is to allow your family members to continue with their lives free from any financial burdens that your death would bring. In other words, you purchase life insurance to benefit your loved ones or your family, not to benefit yourself. Okay? So what needs must be met? So ano ba yung mga needs? Ano ba yung mga kailangan yung paghandaan? Ito yung mga maiiwan nyo dun sa family or sa loved ones nyo. So, upon your death. First is the final expense needs. So, what are these final expense needs? So, when you die, of course, you have there are funeral and burial expenses. So, kung hindi mo to napaghandaan, sino yung magte-take charge dito? Sino yung magkakaroon ng financial burden? Of course, your loved ones, your families, yung mga naiwanan mo. Don't want to give them burden, financial burden with regards to your death. You should be ready for your final expense needs. Okay? Kailangan paghandaan and planuhin. Aside from your funeral and burial expenses, you should also consider the cost associated in settling your estate, the estate of the deceased person. Estate are the properties or the assets that were acquired by the deceased person when he or she is still alive. Okay, so in settling those properties, you need some money, of course. You have to pay for estate taxes and mahabang process yun. So you should also be prepared for that expenses. Second need that must be met is the income replacement need. So to this is true especially if you are a breadwinner. Breadwinner meaning there is someone who relies on you. Someone else is financially dependent on you. So your lost income will be um, the major financial loss, okay, resulting from your premature death. Included in this lost income is the value of any essential employee benefits. So one of the common employee benefits is the healthcare plan for your dependents. So if you die, of course, this benefit will also be terminated to your for your dependents. So mawawala na din yung benefit na yun. Okay? So you should be ready. Second type of need that must be met is the income replacement needs. So this is true especially if you are a breadwinner. You are a breadwinner if there is someone who relies on you. There is someone or someone else becomes financially dependent on you. So your lost income will be the major financial loss resulting from your premature death. Okay, so if you're an employee, of course, you have employee benefits. Example of those employee benefits is having a healthcare plan for your dependents. So maraming company yung nag-offer ng healthcare plan not just for their employees but also to the families of their employees. So kapag nawala ka, of course, mawawala na din yung benefit na yon sa family mo. So paano na pag nawala yon? So dapat isipin mo, kahit mawala ka, meron pa din uh, ma-replace yung benefit na yon dahil pinaghandaan mo. Okay? And also, if married ka, dual earner. So pareho kayo kumikita nung spouse mo. Okay? So nagde-depend yung family nyo dun sa income nyo, both nung mag-asawa. But what if bigla kang nawala? So if the family wants to maintain the level of living na naset nila, so magagawa pa ba yun kapag isa na lang yung nagwo-work? So kung gusto nyong ma-maintain yun, you have to be prepared. Okay? So dapat, kahit mawala ka, masusustain yung desired living na yun. Okay? Kaya kailangan siyang paghandaan. And then the third one is the readjustment period needs. So families often need a period of readjustment after the death of a loved one. So this period may last for several months or minsan umaabot pa siya ng years. Okay? And this can have financial consequences that require substantial life insurance proceeds. So for example, the death of a parent with 3 kids may require the surviving spouse to give up his or her job just to take care of their kids. So, kailangan niya ng readjustment period. So, may mga needs na kailangan ma-meet, okay, dun sa period na yon. So, saan sila kukuha ng panggastos? Kasi mawawala yung major source of income. Okay? Number 4 is the debt repayment needs. So, isa din to. Kapag may mga existing liabilities ka, okay, you have your credit cards, may outstanding balance ka sa home mortgage. So, paano mo mababayaran yun kapag bigla kang nawala? So, you should also be aware with that. You should be ready dun sa mga needs na yon. So, wag mong pahirapan or wag sana itong maging burden dun sa mga may iwan nyo, dun sa mga loved ones nyo. And then the last one is this one. This represents the college expense needs. Okay? So kung meron ka ng mga kids, meron ka ng children, if you're already married and you have children, kailangan um, maging ready ka din doon. So, paano kung bigla kang nawala? So, paano makakapag-aral? So, mas okay kung napaghandaan na yung mga ganitong expenses. And then the third one is the readjustment period needs. So, families often need a period of readjustment after the death of a loved one. So, this period may last for several months or minsan umaabot pa siya ng years. Okay? And this can have financial consequences that require substantial life insurance proceeds. So, for example, the death of a parent with 3 kids may require the surviving spouse to give up his or her job just to take care of their kids. So, kailangan niya ng readjustment period. So, may mga needs na kailangan ma-meet, okay, dun sa period na yon. So, saan sila kukuha ng panggastos? Kasi mawawala yung major source of income. Okay? Number 4 is the debt repayment needs. So, isa din to. Kapag may mga existing liabilities ka, okay, you have your credit cards, may outstanding balance ka sa home mortgage. So, paano mo mababayaran yun kapag bigla kang nawala? So, you should also be aware with that. You should be ready dun sa mga needs na yun. So, wag mong pahirapan or wag sana itong maging burden dun sa mga may iwan nyo, dun sa mga loved ones nyo. And then the last one is this one. This represents the college expense needs. Okay? So kung meron ka ng mga kids, meron ka ng children, if you're already married and you have children, kailangan maging ready ka din doon. So, paano kung bigla kang nawala? So, paano makakapag-aral? So, mas okay kung napaghandaan na yung mga ganitong expenses. So, we already identified the needs that must be met. But how can you meet those needs? So, there are 3 ways. First is by the help of these government companies. So in the Philippines, we have the social security system and the government service insurance system. So these two are insurance companies that provide benefits to its members. Okay, so social security system provides benefits to private employees, while the GSIS provides benefits to its contributors or to its members who are government employees. Okay? So, importante na member tayo dito because this works since they are an insurance company, di ba, required to contribute monthly with them. So, nire-require ng mga employers na lahat ng employees nila may monthly contribution dito. That is for our insurance. So, usually, nakukuha natin yon upon retirement. Okay? And if in case naman of a premature death, napapakinabangan yung lahat ng contribution natin, napapakinabangan yun ng mga beneficiary or ng dependents mo. Okay? And also, the next way how to meet the needs upon your death is by your existing assets. Meron kang mga, by the way, dito sa government companies na to, yung amount of benefits that you will receive or marireceive ng dependents nyo will depend on your contribution. So, depende yun kung magkano ba yung na-contribute nyo during your lifetime. Okay? So, dito naman sa existing assets, ito yung mga na-acquire mo, acquire na assets and properties of the deceased person when he or she is still alive. So kasama dyan lahat ng investments. So meron kang stocks, meron kang savings account, you have your mutual funds, your certificate of time deposit. Okay? So isa yun sa pwedeng maging source mo how to meet yung lahat ng mga needs na nabanggit natin kanina. Okay? And then the last one is the life insurance. So, ito na yung main focus natin. The life insurance. It can close any remaining gap. Kung meron mang mga hindi napunan or mapupunan nung dalawang to, nung government agencies or companies, nung mga investments, lahat ng assets na acquire nyo, ito yung makakapag-save sa inyo. Makakapag-save sa loved ones nyo or sa families nyo, the life insurance. Okay? It is the simplest form of insurance. So as I've said earlier, it protects against only one peril, which is death. So the benefit policy will pay in cash is known in advance. So usually, kapag kukuha ka ng life insurance, alam mo na yung benefit na nakuha mo. So if the policy, for example, is 1 million pesos, then the policy will pay the beneficiary or the person named in the policy to receive the funds. So beneficiary yung tawag doon. An amount, they will receive an amount very close to 1 million pesos. Okay? So this payment will occur within a few days once a death certificate is presented to the insurance company. Once ma-present na nung beneficiary yung death certificate nung owner or nung policy holder, ma-present niya lahat ng requirements na kailangan ng insurance company, mabibigay na yung cash or yung benefit for the beneficiaries. So dito kasi, when you have an insurance, beneficiaries may use the funds in any way that they wish without paying income taxes. So walang income taxes. Unlike kapag yung pera mo nilagay mo sa bank or in-invest mo in other types of investment. For example, yung nasa time deposit, nasa bangko. So yung interest will be subject to income taxation. But in insurance, wala kang babayaran na tax. Okay? Kaya yung iba mas pinipili na kumuha ng maraming insurance kasi nakakaiwas sila sa payment ng taxes. Okay? And then, also, employers often provide life insurance to their employees as an employee benefit. So, yung mga employers, nagbibigay na din ng mga life insurance. Usually, mga term life insurance lang yun sa employees nila. But then, binibigay lang ngayon kapag employed yung person. Once na ma-terminate na siya or wala nang connection yung employee, of course, mawawala na din yung life insurance. That's why ina-advise na aside from your insurance dun sa company, dapat meron kang personal life insurance.